and welcome.
This is Gertie.
I'm Gertie, and this is Ella.
I'm Ella. And this is our channel. Today we are talking about fatigue. Quite appropriately. How have you been? Just like, we're going to do something crazy and give a quick check-in before the start of the video.
Shook. A chicken sandwich. Rear-end Federina Bomber. How have I been?
How have you been? Related specifically to what we're talking about.
I've just been pretty tired. I've been pretty tired lately.
Checks out.
I haven't had that many good sleeps. I've been having some nightmare action about potty training the kid and nanny every night.
Oh, is that true?
It's been rough out. Friday I woke up at 3 a.m. so it's okay. I'm living my life.
Are you having like the cold night sweats?
I just am not loving it.
Fun.
How have you been?
So, I've been good. I've been working, and now I'm just working for the summer, so I don't have school to do, which is nice. Mm-hmm. But I have been on Maya, which was your birth control, for all of you who don't remember, and it's been good, but it makes me way more sad than my other birth control did, whereas my other one, I feel, just made me really irritable during my luteal phase, and angry and have panic attacks and stuff. Now I'm just kind of teary a lot and want to just be by myself in my room sleeping. Which is a great segue. The video that we are talking about now, which is fatigue. Fatigue. We wanted to make this video laying down in bed.
How can fatigue affect you?
Yeah, let's talk about it. So, how does it affect you? Why don't we start with that?
I find it affects me the most when it comes to my job.
Yeah. It's
just very difficult to wake up exhausted and then live the rest of your day exhausted. It's just really hard because it's not really a situation where I can just take it easy. Dealing with toddlers, it's always problem solving and shit. Yeah, it's constant. So, how does fatigue affect you?
Well, at my work, it's different because I'm a waitress and I have shorter shifts, but because I have shorter shifts, I constantly am supposed to be running and working.
Right.
If no one's in the restaurant, I am cleaning things or polishing things or setting tables. Mm-hmm. And it's a smaller place, so I'm on shifts a lot by myself, and there's no other coworker to lean on. So fatigue affects me there, and it also really affects me when I go home to my family's house, because I don't know about all of you, but when I go back to my mom and dad's house, I just crash immediately. And the fatigue becomes 10 times more than what it was when I was on my own, because I think I just let my guard down so much.
Yeah, just realized.
But it can be draining with family, or it can be calming. For me, there's a lot of stuff to do with my parents, and a lot we are doing, but I just crash when I get there. I walk into that house and I'm on the couch. And then the other thing where it really affects me is in relationships, but specifically with my roommates. And that's just because we want to hang out with each other and have plans. We're obviously friends, and I've mentioned this in other videos. I just don't feel like I have that energy to do that. And it feels hard to communicate that because everybody's tired. So saying you're tired is just kind of a write-off for a lot of people. They're like, okay, you just don't want to...
an excuse, yeah.
You just don't want to watch this, or you don't want to do this. And they've never called me on that. They're all very understanding, but that's how I see it. So there's this thing called spoon theory. And I first heard about it from one of my roommates. But it's a way to kind of deal with fatigue and energy levels when you have a chronic illness. And it's basically another way of kind of measuring out your energy and explaining it to people. So spoon theory is the idea that you only have so many spoons. Spoons you can kind of see as bits of energy. And you can use a spoon for different things. And you start with 5 spoons in a day. This is different for everyone, and it will change. So, say you have to go get groceries. That's 1 spoon. But so you take 1 spoon to do that. And then you have to go see a friend for a birthday dinner. That's 1 or 2 spoons. That's a big social commitment. And maybe you have work the next morning and you need to get an early sleep. So that last spoon you're saving so that you're not super run down the next day. So it's kind of just deciding how many spoons you have for the day and communicating that with others. So in our house, what we say is, oh, like, we can have people over, we can do this thing, but I might not have enough spoons to stay the whole time. I won't have any spoons left to be social and be present. It's just become better than using a blanket term like tired or
because it could mean
fatigued.
so many different things. I, again, am diagnosed with ADHD, and for my job, it's not very, like, study. It's very, like, up in the air, imaginative, creative solutions, every day is different, whatever. So for me, that's not really, like, a huge ADHD thing, but when I am fatigued, like, I don't have any energy, I don't have any focus, I'm so brain fogged and, like, whatever, that I do take my ADHD medication.
I actually was having really bad fatigue this winter, and I went to my doctor to get a blood test done because I was worried I had mono. And my blood work came back, didn't have mono, which is great, but I was deficient in B12, which is definitely, like, affecting my energy levels. So I have to take B12 supplements every day, but I'm really bad at taking them on a regular basis. Like, I always wake up, I take my birth control and my SSRI, and then it's always the vitamins that I slack on. But I really feel the difference when I do take them.
I do find that really hard because I think that is another area that fatigue does affect in your life. Out there isn't really a solution or a treatment, so a lot of times it's journaling, yoga, vitamins, whatever. It's so many things, and I have a really hard time with being fatigued, and I think it's funny. I have a joke with my dad because you're obviously supposed to track your symptoms, and I can track my symptoms until it gets to my luteal phase. So it's funny because it's like,
yes,
my tracker will literally be like, oh, I'm fine, and then it'll be a blank week. And then it'll be like, yeah, I'm fine. It's like,
that's how you track.
The spaces that I'm blank, I'm having PMDD symptoms, you know?
I know myself. I know when I'm on my luteal week, I need to go to bed earlier, and sleep in if I can, but a lot of the time I can't with work.
Yeah.
But another thing is having afternoon naps, because I do shift work. I can have an afternoon nap. It's making that nap short enough for me, because I know if I sleep over 40 minutes, I'm going to wake up even more tired than when I started to sleep.
It's really hard. It's like you're in a constant state of falling asleep. But that's the thing, like, especially at this age, I don't feel like there's any luxury of flexibility. There's no flexibility for you because your schedule's not stable.
Yeah.
And there's no flexibility for me because my schedule is far too stable.
Yeah, there's a healthy middle ground that we don't get.
Well, there's a healthy middle where you can hopefully eventually in an ideal world kind of create your own routine and things that work for you. Unfortunately, at the ripe age of 20 and 21, we're really just trying to get by. Yeah. And there's we're working towards getting to the point where we can, you know.
That's my boob. Okay, let's do our updates and
let's do our check-ins and
our
then
bookend.
Our sandwich, our car crash.
The bottom of the bread.
How have you been?
I have been good. I already talked about my Maya situation. I'm going to BC for a week, so you will not see us next Sunday, but shortly after that. I'm excited for the videos that we have planned. We're going to try and make things a little bit more spicy. And
we'll switch things up because I feel like we've gotten our foundation pieces down more, and now we have a little more freedom and flexibility and fun.
Yeah, to be creative and less
not
talking
today.
and more. Yeah, not today. We're too fatigued. How have you been?
How have I been? I've just been watching Stranger Things and sleeping and waking up.
Living the good life.
Going to work, and it's just been pretty, like, whatever. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh,
anyway.
This has been fun. Rat-tastic.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll be more prepared.
I'm sorry.
Love you. We're running up that road, running up that hill.